My name is Charlie Woodrum, Charlie Woodrum. I'm the Warning Coordination Meteorologist with the National Weather Service in Shreveport, Louisiana. And our team has concluded our damage assessment here in Caddo Parish, here in Shreveport, where we've confirmed an EF1 tornado. We, after conducting our damage assessment today, have found that winds of up to 100 miles per hour impacted our community here in Shreveport, damaged several homes, several commercial locations. The tornado first touched down off of Ellerby Road in the southeast part of Shreveport and continued on through several neighborhoods to Uri Drive, where we're located right now, crossed the road, hit another neighborhood, and then continued to LSU Shreveport, where it lifted. So we've got a total track of 3.8 miles, with most of the structural damage to the homes being shingles ripped off the homes. There was one home where we had the 100-mile-per-hour winds, where a good chunk of the home's roof was removed. So we've got 3.8 miles of damage here in Shreveport, and the damage width is, at its widest, is 100 yards with this tornado. We want to just thank all of our partners, Emergency Management, Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office, and the Shreveport Police Department for their assistance with our damage assessment today. And with that, I'll take any questions.
Did y'all see this?
Yeah, so we saw a cell was coming up from DeSoto Parish from the south. We were watching it closely, but what was different about this cell was it wasn't demonstrating strong rotation with it that we would typically issue a tornado warning with. When a storm is this close to our radar, normally we see that rotation very well when a tornado develops. But this was a very low-topped, it's not your typical tall thunderstorm. It was a shorter thunderstorm with weaker rotation and just narrow enough where it just happened to touch down here and didn't come up with a strong signature on our radar.
Were y'all able to go back and look at it and see if there was any debris or anything like that?
We're still doing our radar assessment as far as looking at details. We'll look at things like with a product called correlation coefficient that finds the tornadic debris signature within it. So we're going to be assessing that here over the next couple of weeks. We want to learn from these type of events so that way we can issue better warnings with more lead time and help save lives. And we're very thankful that no one was injured or killed with this event.
There was quite a bit of an advanced warning on this, and with the tornado that we had here, would you say that the weather event that we had was uncommon or is becoming more common? How would you categorize it?
The Storm Prediction Center was highlighting that there could be severe thunderstorms and tornadic thunderstorms with this several days out. We're talking 4 or 5 days out. So this event did not come as a surprise. There are things that we will continue to look at and continue to analyze to learn more. So it's not unusual. We're in our spring severe weather season now, getting into the peak of when we see the most tornadoes. Our climatology shows that. So March, April, May, that's our time for severe weather.
Do you have a number of homes and businesses that were hit yet?
I don't have the specific numbers on that. You'll have to get with the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office or Emergency Management to get the specifics on homes. But what I can say is today we've surveyed at least in the neighborhood of about 50 homes that had roof damage, at least minor roof damage to them, some with trees into the roofs, and then several commercial buildings like we have right here, wall collapsed here on the laundromat, awning damaged on the Valero gas station, and some minor structural damage at the LSU Shreveport campus on a building before the tornado lifted.
The fact that the radar didn't pick it up, did that delay the alert, or is that not how it works?
So we're constantly monitoring the radar at all times and watching it. So we look for specific signals on the radar, a certain strength of rotation that will prompt a tornado warning. So we didn't see that as we were watching it as it came through with this. So it's important for us to rely on our Skywarn spotters, our trained spotters out there to get us information. Once our people on the ground got us information that we had a tornado confirmed, that's when we issued the tornado warning, which happened to be as it moved on past this area.
How long is it, not miles wise, but time
The tornado touched down off of Ellerby Road at 5:35 and just lifted off at LSU Shreveport at 5:40, so 5 minutes.
That's pretty quick.
Yeah, it was a quick, short-lived EF1 tornado.
Yeah. These things normally they're out in the woods, you know, like that, and there's a lot of being in an urban environment like this. There's a lot of videos. Does that help y'all to go back and look at it and see?
Yeah, we encourage the public and our Skywarn spotters, all of our partners in emergency management, fire, police. As soon as you see that any kind of rotation, a funnel cloud, or even a tornado, to call us at the National Weather Service immediately, because we can get these warnings out that help save lives. Thankfully, this was a weaker end tornado, and nobody was injured. But it can be much more serious. We're talking life or death here. So we rely on all of our partners, in addition to the radar, satellite, forecast model data, to help save lives in our communities.
Does the proximity of an event like this to the National Weather Service affect your ability to read or to see those tornadoes on the radar?
So when those storms are very close, we can see in the lower levels, we could actually see about 500 feet off the ground. And some of the stronger rotation in this case was actually about 3,000 feet up off the ground. It wasn't in the lowest tilt of the radar, which is where you would expect to see since the tornado was on the ground here. It does, we can see very fine details up close, but sometimes, like in this case, even this close, the radar scans, fastest scanning strategy is about once every 2 minutes. So you can still miss the details that you need in order to get that warning out and get that lead time.
Shirley, there have been some figures this year that we've had nationally, we've had close to 200 significant weather events. Are we seeing more intensity building in the season of tornadoes or extreme weather from month, end of the year to common spring?
We have to look at longer periods of time. We're talking about decades to really kind of show shifts of, some people are saying, well, is Tornado Alley shifting into the deep south? It's going to take longer than just a few years, but has it been more active in the last couple of years? Yes. Has it been a very active fall and winter season? Yes, but we can get tornadoes all year round in this area, so it's not uncommon. We've had tornadoes in every month in our 4-state region, so we'll have to keep watching the trends here over the next couple of decades, honestly, to get a good feel for, are we really seeing a shift? Like some people theorize that we're seeing a shift of more tornadoes in the deep south versus Tornado Alley, traditionally the plains.
Charlie, so last night with these storms here and the numbers of them, I know we're focused here in Shreveport, but just elaborate just real quick, the overall outbreak, the number of storms you all are surveying that you believe you had as far as tornado touchdowns, and on top of that, when watching it and at the station last night with it too, you guys were looking at the smallest little bit of rotations right on that leading edge. Just elaborate a little bit on the overall system.
Yeah, so it was a very challenging system, well predicted. We knew it was going to be a severe day, but the storms that produced tornadoes were not your classic really strong supercells. They were the low-topped, weak circulations that produced short duration tornadoes. Right now, we've had a total of 3 teams out. We've been able to confirm 2 tornadoes in our 4-state region so far, but we're going to be surveying here at least into tomorrow. We're still gathering more data. Our team's going to go out and assess more after this to determine if we are able to confirm more tornadoes. But through video evidence, we know that there's likely already at least 4 tornadoes in our 4-state region, and damage indicates and reports there could be as many as 10.
Can you talk about the other crews that are out, you know, where they're at and what they're seeing so far?
We had a team go up into Miller County, Arkansas and confirm a tornado up there. I don't have all the details on that yet, but they're tracking that back into Cass County right now, and we'll be going further into Marion and Harrison counties. We've got several tracks that tracked into Harrison and Marion County, several storms with some sporadic damage that we're trying to put the pieces together to see if that was tornadic as well. Any other questions? All right, thanks.